Hey, Kyle's Wonderful here again with another wrestling review. This time it's NJPW Strong from August 13th, 2022. It was recorded on July 24th in Charlotte, North Carolina. This will be week one of the High Alert 2022 event that was in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're back with the regular opening video now that the tag tournament has reached the finals. That finals tag team tournament match will be the main event tonight. We've also got a slobber knocker hoss battle between Bullet Club's Hikuleo and Big Damo, formerly known as Killian Dane on NXT. But first, we'll have another match in the TMDK Team Filthy rivalry. It will be Shane Haste against Jorel Nelson, with TMDK eliminating Team Filthy's West Coast Wrecking Crew in the first round of the tag team titles. Jorel Nelson will be looking for revenge for that, but also looking for revenge for all the trouble that TMDK's Canine Connection has given Tom Lawler and Royce Isaacs during the G1 tour. Jonah beat Filthy Tom in A Block, helping to eliminate Tom. Plus, Jonah and Bad Dude Tino keep beating Team Filthy in the tag matches. So this faction rivalry is currently raging, and it should be a great episode of Strong, along with that big crowning the first ever tag New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions in the main event. But sadly, no Matt Ringwald for commentary on this one. It's going to be Alex Koslov, just as bad as ever, yet again. At least Ian Riccaboni, the other commentator, is really good. So Jorel Nelson comes out first for the first match here. He's getting some pretty good cheers from the crowd, but Shane Haste gets just as many cheers when he comes out next. So the crowd's a little bit split for this one. Jorel then desecrates the TMDK towel before the match starts here. Shane starts by applying a headlock. Jorel is in his first ever singles match on New Japan Strong with his normal tag partner Royce Isaacs in Japan for G1 with Filthy Tom. So Shane has that headlock applied. Haste tries for a clover leaf here, but Nelson fights off. It might have been the other way around because later on Nelson does go for the clover leaf again. It was kind of hard to see who was even fighting who off. They both went flying. But then Shane goes wild with flipping maneuvers to get out of an armbar and to go on the attack, hitting a snap mirror takedown and a kick. The fight now spills outside of the ring. They both get hit into the barricade, and Jorel back body drop Shane right into the apron and ropes awkwardly from outside the ring. That was a nasty fall for Shane. Back in the ring, Shane is able to kick out at 2. Nelson now attacks the knee a bunch of Shane Haste, also hitting a dragon screw after the knee attacks. Shane Haste will have a damaged knee from now on. Nelson now hits the filthy pose, then goes back to work on the leg. Nelson hits another back body drop, then applies the clover leaf he was looking for earlier. Shane's able to kick out of the hold eventually, but the damage has been done. Shane Haste has a bad knee. Jorel tries for a third back body drop in the match, but Shane's able to counter it this time, hitting a big DDT. Now the fight spills outside of the ring again with Shane diving to the outside. Shane quickens the pace here back in the ring, eventually hitting a cannonball senton in the corner. Shane hits a last ride power bomb, but only gets a 2 count. That looked really good. Jorel's just barely able to kick out, but is in trouble now, even though he kicked out. Shane hits a few kicks, but Nelson hits chops in response. Shane hits a nice looking Saito suplex, but Nelson's able to get right up, hit a super kick and a slam. Jorel Nelson now goes up to the top rope, but Shane catches him with a drop kick. Then Shane joins Nelson up there, hitting a superplex on Jorel Nelson. Nelson then blocks the next move, however, hits a chop block to the knee that he was working on all match. Nelson rolls him up, holds the tights, and gets the 1-2-3. The winner of this match by pinfall, Jorel Nelson. So impressive win for Nelson in his first ever singles match on Strong. Shane Haste with 2 bad losses in a row here after losing in the tag team tournament in the semifinals alongside Mikey Nichols. So this match was fine. Nothing super amazing, but it did have some really crisp moves in it. They told the story with the leg and the cheating. So Nelson reminding everyone that Team Filthy will win by any means necessary, and this was a good match in furthering along the TMDK Team Filthy rivalry. I like that it went all the way back to the States while they're over there doing it in Japan. So now we see a video, Rocky Romero standing in front of his house or something. I don't know what this was, but we just saw Rocky Romero on Impact on Thursday losing X Division title match against Speedball Mike Bailey. That was a really good match. But in this video, Rocky Romero says, June 26th, 2022, Chicago, the United Center, Forbidden Door. Roppongi Vice in a 3-way tag team title match against FTR and United Empire. Dax, I had you pinned. It was a beautiful bridge. The referee counted 1, 2, then nothing. that moment keeps playing over and over in my head. I keep rewatching that video and seeing that 3rd second, but yet I don't get the win. I was robbed of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship and the ROH Tag Team titles. That's why I vaxxed for this match against you, Dax. It's all about that. This is about revenge, redemption, and the opportunity against champions. That's you, FTR, Dax, and Cash. Well, Dax, at high alert, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 this time, with me holding my hands high and you're laying on the ground beneath me. So then the video ends. Good promo here, and it's good to actually have the IWGP tag titles mentioned. They really haven't been mentioned at all in New Japan or AEW, although I think Jeff Cobb and Grado Khan, as well as Goto and Yoshihashi, have mentioned it in passing a few times during G1. That's basically all we've got mentioned. Since FTR has so many other titles as well, they're mostly mentioned as the ROH champions when they're on AEW television, and they've also had a big ROH title defense. I don't think no, the IWGP titles weren't on the line in that match, so I'm not even quite sure if they've defended the IWGP World Tag titles yet, FTR. So that's definitely something AEW should probably be getting to, is they should have a title defense at least before it gets too long. Anyway, it's time for our second match of the night. It is going to be a big Haas battle. You know, Jim Ross was loving this one. Out first is 6'10" Hikuleo, who stayed with Bullet Club despite his brothers being kicked out. So you'll have to wonder what that's all about. Maybe we'll get some more story from Hikuleo soon. But I haven't watched it yet. But Hikuleo is scheduled to be at help Bullet Club out at Impact Wrestling during their pay-per-view event Emergence on Friday night. I'll review that show tomorrow, but I'm sure it was interesting because the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, both came into that big 10-man tag match injured. So and there are also no other Bullet Club members available. That's why Hikuleo got brought in the first place, since they're all busy in Japan. So that's going to be interesting. I'll watch and review that tomorrow. I've just had way too much going on with G1 to cover Emergence yet. Anyway, Big Damo is going to be Hikuleo's opponent, formerly Killian Dane from NXT. So Big Damo comes out the big cheers here, looking ready for this match. Both big men here try their shoulder tackles. Hikuleo's able to win that exchange, but Damo just quickly gets up and knocks Hikuleo out of the ring. So I wonder if Hikuleo is going to fly to Japan for the big match Tuesday between Jay White and Tama Tonga. I could definitely see Jay White bringing Hikuleo out to do mind games on Tama Tonga, and maybe even cost Tama Tonga the match, or maybe Hikuleo turns face, leaves Bullet Club, and helps Tama win that match against Jay. I could definitely see Hikuleo getting flown into Japan for that big match, but maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. Hikuleo and Damo now fight outside the ring for a long time here. Hikuleo basically wins the brawl, hits a bunch of strikes, and throwing Damo in the barricade and stuff. Damo's able to roll back in the ring before the 20 count. Hikuleo now hits a clothesline for a 2 count in the ring. Still some fight left in Big Damo. So Damo's able to counter the next attack with a running cross body. Damo's now in control, hitting uppercuts and European uppercuts and corner lariats. Damo then hits a nice looking shotgun dropkick and a cannonball senton that crushes Hikuleo, who is just barely able to kick out at 2. What a flurry there from Damo, although everyone in wrestling these days is using the cannonball senton. We just saw it in the last match used by Shane Haste. Damo's able to keep control here, hitting a running senton, but Hikuleo's able to evade the Damo bomb, which is the Vader bomb from the middle rope, and then Hikuleo hits a power slam and a big choke slam and gets the 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match by pinfall, Hikuleo, and wow, the veteran Big Damo here far outclassed I wouldn't call him a rookie Hikuleo, but far less experienced than Big Damo, and it showed in this match. But Hikuleo's still young and learning, but it absolutely reminds you that Hikuleo has a long way to go, because Big Damo was definitely outclassing Hikuleo in this match. Hikuleo does win a 6th straight win on Strong, though, so he might be close to a title shot against Strong Openweight champion Fred Rosser. So we'll have to see if that's a match coming up in the future. I would say it's probably too early for Hikuleo to get the title because he's so green still, but it might be something they want to do storyline wise. Anyway, big win for Hikuleo tonight, but he's still got a lot of ways to go. Now we get a really good hype video for tonight's main event, the finals of the Strong Openweight Tag Team Title Tournament. It's United Empire's Aussie Open, Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher against the Upstart team and last-minute replacements, Christopher Daniels and Yuya Uemura. So we see highlight videos from all the tournament matches. There was 8 teams in total. Then we see Daniels and Uemura get the big upset win in the semifinals against TMDK. Then we see backstage comments after that match where Christopher Daniels says, "This is the story you didn't think you were going to see. The team that had no right to even be in the tournament. 52 years old, ain't Christopher Daniels, 29 years in the business, a broken neck, and here I am in the finals. 27-year-old Yuya Uemura, only 4 years of experience in this business, bleeding from a broken nose. He's in the finals. Aussie Open, you're just the next step to destiny. We're going to be the first strong tag team champions, and there's nothing anybody can do about it." Then we go from that to seeing Aussie Open defeating Stray Dog Army in the other semifinal match. Kyle Fletcher says, "Daniels and Uemura, the Cinderella story's over. United Empire will run the world." Wow, really good stuff there. This tag team title tournament has been great. This should be a really good match. And now that I've seen it, definitely go watch this match. It's a great main event here for the first ever IWGP. I mean, not I sorry, first ever New Japan Strong Openweight tag team champions. So Aussie Open come out first, looking focused and confident for this match. Aussie Open has to be the favorites in this match, as they were one of the favorites before the tournament even started. Pretty much everyone thought it was going to be Aussie Open and TMDK in the finals, but the surprise finalists, Christopher Daniels and Yuya Uemura, now come out second, also looking for focus. No face mask on Yuya Uemura, who looks to be healed from his broken nose. Yuya gets right in the face of Aussie Open before the match starts, so this should be really, really good. Daniels is such a tag veteran, one of the best tag wrestlers in the last 20 years, able to become champions with so many different partners in his career. Could Daniels pull out the biggest shocker of all, winning a tournament at 52 years old with a partner that he never teamed with before the tournament started? Daniels is going to start this match out against Kyle Fletcher. These are the two smaller men of their teams, but Kyle does have a little size advantage over Daniels. They trade arm bars back and forth, then Kyle applies a headlock, Daniels gets out, and then Yuya makes a blind tag. Yuya is able to surprise Kyle with an attack here, then hitting a scoop slam and tags it back in. Daniels, who slingshots into the ring with an elbow drop. Good start for the underdogs here. They hit a double back elbow on Kyle now, and Yuya hits a few more elbow drops, standing elbow drops. Daniels then hits a Manhattan drop, and Yuya a shoulder tackle on Mark Davis, who tried to come in to help. Another quick tag has Daniels and Yuya hitting 2 more double teams here for a 2 count, and Daniels is the legal man after that, hitting a leg lariat for another 2. Daniels hits a headbutt, but Mark grabs Daniels' leg from outside the ring. Then Daniels counters Kyle's attack from behind, however, then misses a plancha. Daniels tries the plancha to the outside, but misses. Yuya runs to the outside of the ring, other side of the ring, I should say, to help, but Daniels and Yuya get sent into each other and into the barricade, hitting their backs. Mark then tags in, wears down Daniels back in the ring, keeping the pace nice and slow here, and then goes up for a vertical delayed suplex. However, Kyle tags in while this is happening. They switch Daniels over to Kyle for Kyle to finish the suplex. This gets a 2 count on Daniels. Crowd's rallying for Daniels to fight back now, but Daniels gets caught in the Aussie Open corner where they use some quick tags here to isolate Daniels. Kyle's able to distract the referee here while Daniels is making a roll-up pin. Mark keeps control because Daniels makes the mistake of holding the pin too long without the referee counting. Kyle now tags in, but immediately gets hit with the Daniels Hurricane Rana. Mark tags in, but Daniels is able to get through him and tag in Yuya Uemura, who comes in with some great fast-paced offense here, ending with a bulldog on Mark. The two bigger guys are now in the match, Mark and Yuya. They're about even in their size. They both block suplexes back and forth, but Yuya hits a back suplex right after for a 2 count on Mark. Really, really good match so far. Mark headbutts his way out of overhead suplex attempt and then tags in Kyle. Yuya's able to block their double team here and throws Mark out of the ring, then hitting Kyle with the overhead suplex he wanted to hit on Mark earlier. Kyle stops Yuya from leaping off the top rope here, but Daniels comes in to help, and they hit a double team Steiner brother bulldog as Yuya leaps off the top rope with Kyle on Daniel's shoulders to the mat with the bulldog. That was awesome. Mark's able to come in and break the pin, then throws Daniels out of the ring as well. Aussie Open then hit 2 big double teams in a row on Yuya Uemura. First, the dental plan, followed by the Aussie, oi, oi, oi. But somehow Yuya had the fire in his heart to kick out before the 3 count. That was super close, and Yuya is in trouble despite kicking out. He can't take many more big shots like that one. Aussie Open now go for their double team finisher, but Daniels is able to break that up. That probably would have won the match. Yuya gets a roll up right after that for a close 2 count. Kyle then hits a super kick on Yuya. Daniels hits an STO on Kyle, and Daniels counters Mark's attack right after that. Daniels goes up to the top rope, but Mark catches the top rope Hurricane Rana attempt, hitting a massive power bomb on Daniels that takes out Daniels for a while. Yuya then tries to roll up Mark again, only getting a 2 count. Yuya blocks the dental plan attempt, then blocks an Aussie Open double team. Yuya hits a Frankensteiner that won him the match in the semifinals, but Kyle breaks up the pin just in time. This match is must see. Go watch this match. Yuya now blocks another double team, and Mark hits a big running attack that knocks Yuya down. Kyle fouls this with a clothesline, and now Aussie Open are able to hit their double team finisher, slamming Yuya hard into the mat. Mark holds on to Daniels as Kyle makes the pin for the 1-2-3. The winners of this match by pinfall and first ever New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions, Mark Davis, Kyle Fletcher, Aussie Open from the United Empire. Wow, they definitely, I think, deserve the titles. They've been tearing it up all around the world. Aussie Open will even be making their return to AEW in a couple weeks' time, taking part in the Trios title tournament, which will see them have Will Ospreay as Aussie Open's partner. They'll take on Death Triangle, which is Penta, Ray Phoenix, and Pac, which is going to be an amazing first round match. So if you're a fan of Aussie Open, make sure it's not this week's Dynamite because Will Ospreay is still going to be in the middle of G1. But the Dynamite right after G1 ends, go check out Aussie Open and Will Ospreay take on Death Triangle on AEW Dynamite that week. In the back now, we see Aussie Open celebrating their titles. Mark Davis says, "That's right. We did it. We said we were going to do it." Kyle Fletcher then says, "The first ever New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions. Aussie Open, we come out here every night and talk about this kind of stuff. And now we're standing here making history. We've been here, a couple of months, and now we're champions, the first ever champions. We'll take on anyone. We are the best in the world." And then they're interrupted here by Jorel Nelson. And Jorel Nelson says, "Listen, I'm not here to fight right now. Congrats. Those titles belong to you right now. But let me remind you that it was Team Filthy that built Strong, and it was West Coast Wrecking Crew that built the Strong Tag Division. So that first title defense should go to Royce and I. How about Fighting Spirit Unleashed?" Kyle says, "That's pretty funny because didn't you lose in the first round of TMDK? But I don't care. We said any team, anytime, any place. Fighting Spirit Unleashed, Aussie Open, West Coast Wrecking Crew. Let's do it." And then the show ends. So, wow, what a great matchup that's going to be. I guess we'll have to wait even longer for the TMDK Aussie Open match that we all want to see, but that's all right as long as the match eventually happens. I get what they're saying with Team West Coast Wrecking Crew has been here the whole time. Aussie Open just admitted they've only been here a couple of months. So, pretty good show. All in all, the Haas fight was so-so. Hikuleo has a lot of way to go. But that first match with Jorel and Shane Haste was pretty good. And this main event is must see. You definitely have to go check out this main event to crown the first ever Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. So don't miss out on this one. Really good match. Congrats to even the runners-up, Yuya Uemura and Christopher Daniels, had a really good showing in this tag title tournament. They made the tag title tournament even better than it would have been by itself. I like having a few upsets in your tournaments and not just everybody that you thought was going to win. And until you get to like the finals, like we were assuming it was just going to be TMDK and Aussie Open in the finals. Then we didn't know who was going to win in the finals. Of course, you still get to this matchup. You can kind of assume that Aussie Open's going to beat Christopher Daniels and Yuya Uemura, who were not even scheduled to enter the tournament. But at the same time, you didn't quite know because you didn't think Yuya Uemura and Christopher Daniels were even going to win in the first round. So then they beat TMDK. So it just like gives you that little bit of doubt. It creeps in. It makes everything else on the show even better as you go, not thinking like everything's going to be what you think is going to happen. So at the end of the day, one of the two favorites did win the titles, and I congrats to Aussie Open as well. Like I said, they've been tearing it up all around the world, and I think they deserve it. They're good champions. Maybe United Empire can start bringing even more gold. I know they just recently lost the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, but maybe they can get those back. I would like to see, I've been saying it during the G1 shows, that sometimes we see Jeff Cobb and Aaron Hanare team up, and I really like that pairing better than Great O'Con and Jeff Cobb. I like the Jeff Cobb, Aaron Hanare team. I feel like they could just batter everybody, where Great Khan can sometimes be a weak link. And this would also help out Hinari, who has a giant weak link of his own. Everybody knows to go attack his Achilles heel. So that might bring maybe Will Ospreay go back to the world heavyweight title division. Great Khan can maybe start fighting for the never open. He seems like a good never open weight champion at this point in his career. So maybe United Empire. Don't forget, they also hold the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag titles right now, even though we haven't seen TJP and Akira in a while. They are Akira Francesca, I should say. We have not seen them in a while, but they are the junior heavyweight tag team champions. So don't forget about that either. Aussie Open looking to get all the gold. Will Ospreay still with a slim chance to win the G1 Climax 32. We'll see if he can do it. Go on the WrestleMania, Wrestle Kingdom, I should say, and be in the main event. So things are looking up for Aussie Open. And things are looking up for Strong as well. I'm looking forward to next week's episode. They didn't really tell us what was going to be on there, but I'm maybe assuming that we're going to get that Dax Harwood, Rocky Romero match, where I like where Rocky talked about that match tonight, really setting that match up nicely with Rocky thinking that he had the 3 count and won the IWGP heavyweight tag titles. And yet he still can't figure out why the referee didn't count 3. So I like that. I like everything about that. We'll see how that match, we'll see if it happens next week, and we'll see what else happens. But as well. But you can find I'll be back in just about 4 or 5 hours with live coverage of G1 Night 17. We've only got 2 league matches, 2 league nights left. Then we've got the semifinals and finals. So only 4 events left in G1. You can catch the live reviews after each event on this channel. So give me a subscribe and a like up so people can find the channel. I also put out all the G1 and all the New Japan shows backstage comment videos that are separate from the reviews if you want to watch all the backstage comments in about half the time, and then you don't have to read subtitles as well. So thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Peace.